Hello friends and welcome to Sustainable Prepping, your home for fear-free emergency preparedness and a sustainable life. My name is Brecky and today we are jumping in. It's Vlogmas. We are going to be vlogging our way through. I've got kiddos at the table and I wanted to show you what I was working on earlier. We did a thrift store run. It was super fun to go to this sweet thrift store down the road. One of the things we got was this 101 cookie cutters. We're going to be doing a Play-Doh fun with some of them, and then some of them over here these are all Christmassy ones. So I'm going to make some sugar cookies and bring you along for at least some of that. So I wanted to show you that. I also wanted to show you some of the other cool thrift finds that I got. So cool Christmas cookie cutters. I also got How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I don't have a physical copy of this, so this will be fun. It's hard to find the movie these days, so I have that to read to the twins and the big boys if they want. Let's make cookies. You hear them, right? You know what's coming. I got a new salad spinner, or a new to me salad spinner, because mine, the plastic warped in the dishwasher. So now I know this needs to be on the top shelf because the plastic will warp. So that was a bummer, so I had to replace that. It was only $3, so better than $25. I got a big serving plate. This was a $6 serving plate, and this will be for cakes or like fruit trays or veggie trays, but I don't have anything like it. So you can hear the kiddos in the background. So this is exciting. I got a cake plate. This was $5 and I don't have one. So if I make a pretty cake or my husband makes a pretty pie, we have a place to put it. And it's nice. I like the glass. It's not too fancy without being too like, I don't know, like modern. And here we go. Here's a helper. What was the last thing we got? What was the last thing we got? This. We got a step stool to put in front of the girls' sink so they can reach it. Will this be helpful? So you can wash your hands better?
Yeah. I have to wash my hands.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go wash our hands and do some Play-Doh, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. And now it's time to clean all of our new finds so that we can have everything ready to go to make some sugar cookies, and then I'll be putting together a quick shepherd's pie for dinner. You can tell I'm getting a little bit tired. It is about 20 till 5 here, and the girls are playing Play-Doh behind me. I'm gonna just take you along for an evening at the house. Okay, true confession. This is one of our very favorite sugar cookie recipes I grew up with, and I completely forgot that we needed cream of tartar. And I looked it up, and I guess you need this for like making cookies, sugar cookies acidic. It's in all of my favorite sugar cookie recipes from a family church cookbook. And true life confession, I don't have any cream of tartar. That is not something that I have on my shelves, though I had it on my shelves back at the old house, and I didn't bring all of my stuff with me. So I can't make sugar cookies. I don't think we're gonna try to do it tonight, although I probably could substitute it if it's an acidic. I wonder if I could use just a little bit of lemon juice. I'm gonna do some research to see, because not all cookies use that. Like, you know, chocolate chip cookies don't have cream of tartar. So yeah, we can't open that. I am gonna open some packages that I just got from Amazon. Very, very exciting. Starting to get the sort of Black Friday deals coming in. Oh, wow. And this is a new wireless mic that I got. I wonder if this is the mic and the receiver. I bought one that isn't compatible with my iPhone. It was compatible with the old iPhone and not the new one. I just ordered this last night, and it just got here. I don't think I've ever had like 24-hour service because I'm so used to being out in the mountains. So I'll be trying this soon, and hopefully I'll have some better audio quality. Hooray! And then I have another box that I am opening right here, but I don't want you to see my address. Not that I don't trust y'all, but you know, people on the internet. And let's see. We got some stuff for the girls. This is for the girls for Christmas. And they're in the other room, so I don't want to take it out too much. We've got vitamin gummies for the girls. They just ran out. I got a dough scraper because I plan on doing a lot more baking this like winter, and I want to be able to start making big batches of biscuits and freezing them, so that will help me a lot. Some pastry brushes because the girls destroyed the one that I've had since we got married. And then this is my like early Christmas present to myself. The cooking school cookbook, America's Test Kitchen. Becky over at Acre Homestead recommends this like every couple of videos. It's her favorite cookbook, and it was on sale. It was like 60% off, a Black Friday deal. It was like $20 instead of $56. So I had to buy it. I had to buy it. I was gonna buy it used from Thrift Books, but it was more expensive. So I did. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm gonna read this like a novel. Let's be real, I'm gonna read it like a novel. So this is the fun stuff I got. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do for a quick throw together homestead dinner. Okay, we're gonna be doing leftovers turned into shepherd's pie, and I'm gonna be doing it in a small pan like this. What is this, like a 9x9? No, this is an 8x8. Okay, 8x8 pan. I'm gonna be doing it like this. Now, you might be thinking, why wouldn't you make shepherd's pie in a super large, long 9x13? And it is because most of my family doesn't like leftovers. I love leftovers. My husband will sometimes eat 1 or 2 meals of leftover. One of my sons will eat leftovers once. The other son won't touch leftovers, and the girls are not big fans of leftovers. So I make it in smaller sizes. This gives us just enough for 1 meal for our family, plus maybe 2, maybe 3 servings of leftovers, which is enough for the 3 of us that will actually eat leftovers to eat it once. That just works for our family. You do what works for you. And yeah. Now, in my family, we make 2 kinds of taco meat. We make spicy taco meat, which we ate last night, and we make plain, because one of my sons hates any kind of strong flavor. He hates spice, he hates cumin, he hates the whole shebang. I don't know if he's like a super taster or what, but he doesn't like it. So I make plain taco meat for him, a whole pound, and he can't eat, he eats maybe 1/4 of a pound. So then we have, 3/4 of a pound left. I'm gonna heat this up. We're gonna use it as our base, and then we're gonna get cooking. And I'm gonna see if I can fix this camera angle because it's not perfect. Okay, true confession, I don't make everything handmade. I am not someone who feels the need to do every single thing handmade every single time. I don't have any potatoes, so I'm gonna be using instant potatoes. Is there junk in instant potatoes I don't like? Yes, but I can boil water really fast and have a potato topping ready to go. I'd love to get to the place where if I ever get a freeze dryer, I can freeze dry my own instant potatoes, but that's just not an option at the moment. I'm gonna move you guys back just a teeny bit. There we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is in this bowl right here, boop, 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 I'm gonna make instant mashed potatoes. And then I've got my meat that I just quickly microwaved for like a minute just to soften it. And all it is ground beef, onions, Worcestershire sauce, garlic powder, salt, pepper, a little bit of oregano, and basil. I basically seasoned it for a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie because it's beef and not lamb. And my second oldest, he likes that. He prefers that sort of flavor to actual taco meat. I don't know, it's his preference, but this means I cook meat once and I get 2 meals for the family out of it. So I can't complain. So here's what I'm gonna do. All right, the next thing I did is I'm grabbing my dehydrated vegetables. I love these. Now you can use a bag of frozen veggies. That's what these were. But I like using dehydrated veggies because it gets them out of my freezer and I can save that freezer space, particularly if you only have the freezer that comes with a fridge. You don't have like a deep freeze. This is a great way to get them out of your freezer and into your pantry. You do want to try to use all of your dehydrated vegetables up every year. They're probably good for about a year if you seal them appropriately. So what I'm going to do is put about a cup of this into a bowl. I'm going to take the rest of that boiled water and I'm going to let them soak for at least 5 minutes, maybe 10. We'll see what I get busy doing, but that's going to let them soften. We don't want them to be crunchy when we go to make the shepherd's pie. So let's get these soaking. So that is maybe closer to half a cup. I'm gonna put a little bit more in. Yeah, so that's probably about 2/3 of a cup to a cup of veggies. And I am going to just pour this hot water over it until it is about like this, okay? So it's covered, there's a little bit of room for it to move around, and it's going to absorb this. Now, if you had extra chicken broth, bone broth of any kind, you could flavor this so that it's absorbing flavor. That would be super awesome. I don't happen to have any open broth, and I'm not gonna open broth just for that. If I had some extra, that'd be a great way to use it. So now I've got mashed potatoes that are cooling down a little bit, not a lot, super simple. I've got these dehydrated veggies that are going to be coming back to life over here. I'm going to put the meat down here, and I will show you what all that looks like once I get the meat put in the pan. So I'm just going to use that as my base. It's pre-cooked. Everything in here actually is pre-cooked. There's not really much you have to worry about cooking, except for the cream of whatever soup. I don't have any of my mix. Usually I use a cream of whatever, cream of everything soup mix, and I am out and I need to order buttermilk powder. The last couple of places I've looked have not had buttermilk powder in stock, but put it on the bottom, and then we're going to test these. Are feeling good. You see, my back is sort of to you, and I don't mean for that to be the case. Okay, so you can see how they've sort of plumped up and they're absorbing all of that hot water. And that is what we want. I'm gonna give them a few more minutes because there's some green beans, and those are notoriously hard to get to plump up, but that's what that's gonna do. Give those a few minutes. And what we're gonna do is we're going to pour those on top. Then I'm gonna cheat. Normally I make this from a scratch mix, and I'm not doing it. I'm gonna be using some cream of mushroom soup. These were on super sale a couple of weeks ago. I don't normally keep this on hand. In fact, I don't ever really keep this on hand, but it was on a good sale, and I thought there are gonna be days where I don't feel like mixing up the mix, and today is one of those days, so I'm actually gonna use what's in my pantry. So I will show you what I'm doing when I'm ready to lay it all together. In the meantime, we are not gonna just fiddle around. We are going to grate up some cheese. Now, I grated up a ton of cheese last night for our tacos, like half a block of cheese. And we used it all between taco night last night and leftovers this morning, and the girls having some handfuls of cheese. We have used all of our grated cheese. So I try not to use pre-grated cheese. I still do sometimes, right? You're gonna see shredded cheese sometimes around here, but it is a lot cheaper to buy it in a block, and it doesn't have any of the anti-caking agent that keeps the shreds from sticking together, and I think it melts a little bit better. So if I'm being picky, I like to grate my own, and I don't have any shredded anyway. So let us get to getting, and we're just gonna shred. Now I have clean hands. I've washed my hands about 3 times since I started filming. I've never really done these vlog formats, and I'd be curious, y'all, what you think, if you like them. Coming along and sort of seeing how I do things. I'm very happy to incorporate them. I don't think I would want to do them all the time, but I can do them sometimes. There we go. Probably want a little bit more than that. But yeah, I like watching other people's vlogs sometimes. So I thought maybe for Vlogmas at least, there should be a couple vlogs. Okay, so this is grated up. I'm gonna go check those vegetables. I have a couple of kids. Let me go deal with them now. So I've been talking to the camera this whole time and realized it wasn't even on. So you can tell that I'm new to the vlogging part of being doing Vlogmas. Oh well, so here's what it looks like. You've got the meat at the bottom. You can see the vegetables that I poured on top. Smothered in that is a can of cream of mushroom. I don't normally use canned cream of mushroom. I make it like a powdered mix from scratch. I will take you along as I remake some because I'm out. Then I added the mashed potatoes and generous helping of cheese. We're gonna bake this in a 350-degree oven for anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. It kind of depends upon how much you have in here, how hot your oven runs, how hungry you are. Everything in here is cooked, except for the soup mix, which just needs to get warmed through. Everything is cooked. There's nothing in here you have to worry about cooking. So you can eat it a little bit less ooey gooey if you're super starved, but because this is a small pan, it's gonna cook pretty fast. So anywhere 20 to 40 minutes, check it when everything's bubbling and yummy, and I will show you the final product.
How about you sit over here? You always sit.
So I wasn't able to finish the vlog last night. We had shepherd's pie, which I think you saw a clip of, and then it was getting the girls upstairs for bath and bed, and we did not get around to making the sugar cookies. But I am going to be making a sugar cookie recipe today. I did do a grocery pickup, which you may have seen the video for, or it may come right after this, but I did a Walmart pickup haul with some pantry staples that I was missing, and I'm gonna be doing this white sugar cookie recipe right here. This is from my dad's childhood church. He went to a small Catholic church in rural Minnesota, and in the late 70s, early 80s, they put together a cookbook. And this is one of the 2 copies we have left. This was my grandmother's copy. My mom has her copy. And normally we do the Swedish sugar cookies up here. But I think for making cookies into shapes and using our cookie cutters that we bought yesterday, this is gonna be the better option. So I'm gonna take you along as I put that mix together. I will put this recipe in the description box. I don't think it's copyrighted because it's just a church cookbook, right? Like it was a church fundraiser. So I'll put this in the description so that you can try this cookie recipe out if it's good. But I will take you along for the cookie making process and in the vlog after that. So let's get all of our pieces. I'm going to be getting the flour and sugar and putting them into some separate bowls because I'm not sure when I'm mixing it all together. This is a new recipe to me. I keep my flour and my white sugar into great big tubs. Let me show you right here. So I got to get it out of there and into bowls, and then I will take you along as I mix it into dough. Okay, I have put on my apron because I'm gonna be working with flour, try not to make too big of a mess. I like very practical aprons and not frilly aprons. And I'm gonna apologize that you're gonna hear my dishwasher going and my washing machine going, but I have to get things done and that's just a part of it. So I've got 4.5 cups of flour here. That's what the recipe calls for. And then I have 1 cup of regular granulated sugar. I'm also going to need powdered sugar and a bunch of other things. Let me go get my recipe. Flour. So we're going to start in a big bowl mixing the sugars and the eggs, cream them together, or mix those together, I guess, and then we'll add oil, butter, and all the other pieces. So let's get to getting. All right, we're gonna do a cup of powdered sugar and a cup of white sugar. And I don't have my cup measures. They are in the washing machine right now. So I've got a 1/2 cup measure though. Powdered sugar, and that's the second 1/2 cup. And this is something I just picked up to make frosting. Usually I would buy it in a larger bulk, but again, we're in a new place, so I don't have space for everything. This was the cup of sugar that I got from my big bulk bin, so I know it's ready to go. And what do they want us to do next? 2 whole eggs. So I'm gonna grab those from the fridge. Alrighty, here we go, 2 eggs. So when I lived in West Virginia, we had a wonderful CSA that was a few miles from us called Charm Farm. They were the best people. And we tried to get the majority of our eggs, all of our beef, all of that kind of stuff we got from them. And there was a wonderful woman I worked with who raised chickens at her house. And so I would buy eggs from her sometimes. We don't have any of that here, so I'm having to buy everything from the grocery store, and it's more expensive and the quality is just not as good. That is one of the things that I am currently in the process of looking for, is a local CSA that has a schedule that works for our current family and our current needs, and isn't an arm and a leg. And finding that balance is incredibly challenging. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the 1 cup of softened butter that I softened in my oven because I just seasoned cast iron, so the oven was residually hot. Ooh, that was a little bit over softened right there. But I just went ahead and took advantage of that heat. So we move these in the sink. So then I need to add, okay, I get some oil, cream of tartar, vanilla. I've got the butter. Let's do, I need a teaspoon of salt. And I use a combination of pink Himalayan salt or Redmond's real salt. I like Redmond's a lot. But I have a giant thing of pink Himalayan that I'm going through, so I kind of go back and forth. Redmond's is actually a little bit finer than the pink Himalayan in my experience. So if you want a chunkier salt, then go with your pink Himalayan. I don't use sea salt because the sea is gross now, so I prefer mind salt. And let's see, a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm actually gonna do just a tad more because I don't have almond extract, so I'm just gonna skip that. Soda. This is baking powder. My baking soda is over here, and you don't want to get those confused. I've learned that lesson before. How much soda? A teaspoon of soda. Okay, that's done. And a teaspoon of cream of tartar. This is cool. It's like just a bunch of teaspoons. Like, I remember to get my oil. Remind me to get my oil. You're gonna watch this and I'm gonna forget to do it, right? Teaspoon of tartar. So I guess tartar is some kind of acid that prevents your sugar from crystallizing. Those of you who are bakers, maybe you can leave a comment down below. But there's something in this that prevents the sugar in a sugar cookie from getting grainy. And if you don't have it, it gets really grainy. So that's why you need it. Let me go get some oil and we're gonna add that into the big mixture, mix all that up, and then we'll start adding the flour. This is gonna use up all the rest of my avocado oil. It's gonna be slightly less than, but I'm not worried about it. Maybe I should be because it's baking, but I'm gonna live on the wild side. So I like avocado oil for baking because it has a very light flavor. I think olive oil has too strong of a flavor in my opinion. And I like coconut oil, but the giant thing we got from Costco tastes really coconutty, even in cooking. Usually the kind of flavor cooks out of it, but this doesn't. So when I buy more coconut oil, I need to get something that's been a little bit refined to take some of the coconut flavor out because my husband does not like that coconut undercurrent. So, all right, let's turn this on and get going. Right, there's a little bit of butter chunks in there, and I'm sure I'm gonna want to blend that out. But for now, I do wanna start on mixing in the flour because this is gonna have to chill. So we're gonna mix it up and then chill it, and I will wrap it into a dough ball and put it in the fridge for when my girls get home from school. And between now and then, I'm gonna try to go to the gym because I like lifting weights and it's good for me. And I think it's good for my mental health to go to the gym. If I'm gonna be eating sugar cookies, then I need to be hitting the gym to balance it all out. So this looks pretty combined. I'm afraid of over combining it because I don't want the flour to get too much gluten in it. This is just all-purpose flour. I don't have fancy flour. I don't do enough baking and I don't really have space, even if I got into it right now. So the dream, that'll be a whole nother video on trying to buy a house in this current market and how exhausting it is and demoralizing and hard and expensive and all those things, but that's for a different video. I don't think I'll do that for Vlogmas. We want joy. We want joy and cheer because it's the holiday season. Okay, so I have a pretty nice dough ball over here, or not maybe dough ball, just a soft, really nice soft dough. It smells good. You see that? That's pretty. And it's real soft and real pliable. So I think what I am gonna do is wrap it up. And I have clean washed hands. I washed my hands before I started this process. I think I'm gonna just put some cling film or maybe a slightly damp towel over this, stick it in my fridge, and it will be ready to roll out. I will tape some parchment paper down and we'll roll this out and we'll do cookies when the girls get home. Hooray! Hey there, so I just got back from the gym, looking a little bit of a mess, but we have our cold dough here. Oh, it is very cold. It is very, very cold. I'm gonna see if I can roll chunks of it out to be thin enough for the girls to use some cookie cutters on and get that ready for them. And I will show you a little bit of that, and we will see about making Christmas cookies. I think I'm gonna have to just roll out individual cookie sheets, like plastic sheets like this for each girl, because I don't think I'm able to move it. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I will show you what we're doing after that.
We're making cookie dough. For cookie.
We're making cookie dough. That's right.
Cause was I ever a party?
I don't think we're gonna have a party, but I think we're doing this because it's fun. Okay, you wanna try a few more, and then maybe.
When it was soda. It has soda and those cookies.
Well, this is just a video. We're gonna share it with some friends. Okay.
Oh.
Say hi, friend.
Hi, friend.
You use the sprinkles, that's okay. We have a very festive bear over here, but I'll put them in the oven, all right? We're gonna bake these in the oven at 350 for 12 to 15 minutes, and at the halfway mark, we are going to switch the top and bottom so they get an even bake. Okay, friends, there is our beautiful plate of cookies on the brand new cake dish that I just got yesterday from the thrift store. Thank you for joining me on this vlog. This is my first time doing a big vlog like this, and it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed having the adventure with us and making cookies and having a day with us. I look forward to doing more vlogs. If you enjoy this video, I'll be rolling through Vlogmas doing a video of some kind every single day of the weekday. I'm taking the weekends off, and I look forward to seeing you. We are here for emergency preparedness content. We are here for sustainable living content. We're here for homesteading content, and during the Vlogmas season, we're here to just inspire a little bit of family. I hope you guys are all doing super well. I hope you're doing something fun in this holiday festive season, and until the next video, happy prepping.